Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my September TBR. I honestly can't comprehend how we are going into September already. But as always, I am so excited to film this video. I love doing my monthly TBR video. This one specifically is very exciting. I only have about 20 books on my physical TBR right now. I've been sitting at around 40 or 50 books on my physical TBR for quite a while now. I've been doing really good with focusing on reading my physical TBR, and I have been unhauling books that have been sitting on my TBR for a while and I just will not read. The collection is getting smaller and smaller. No complaints over here because my main goal is to dwindle down my physical TBR as much as possible. I've been on a slight book buying ban. It's not a very strict book buying ban, but recently I've only been buying books secondhand. I have not been going to Barnes and buying books, only been buying books from thrift stores / secondhand on Pango or Thrift Books or something like that. My physical TBR is sitting at these two shelves right here. The bottom tier is currently overflow from books that I cannot fit on my shelves / do not want to put on my shelves. It's very exciting, but I do have a pretty small selection now, so this should be interesting to pick prompts. As always, I'll be using my TBR prompt wheel, and I have added a few more prompts and I have deleted some prompts, so I am excited because we have a few more options. I am in between choosing 5 or 6 books, and it just depends on the books that I get on my TBR. If I get a lot of really thick fantasies, we're just gonna go with 5, but if I have some more lighthearted ones in there, then we might go with 6. Who knows? Who knows? That is enough yapping. Let's get to choosing my TBR. Okay, for the first prompt, we have intriguing dedication. So this one is actually one that I added recently. The ones I came up with to kind of change things up and to actually open the books and read some of them. It's kind of good that I have a small TBR because I'm gonna read through every single dedication for every single book on my physical TBR. So give me 1 minute. This one just says for my brother. So no offense, but okay. So far we have 2 boring ones. This is the second book in the Infernal Devices, so this technically doesn't count because I don't have the first book. I thrifted that book if you couldn't guess it. Pause. These have the same dedication. Court This Cruel and Lovely says for mum, thank you for believing in me, and then the girl who fell beneath the sea says for my mom who has always believed in me. That's funny, but so far the dedications are just towards family members, so I need an intriguing one. A Darker Shade of Magic is interesting. It says for the ones who dreamed of stranger worlds. This is gonna take a second. I'm just spinning more and more around. Oh, this one's cute. It says for Robin Hobb and all the other fantasy authors whose books I gobbled up. Thank you for creating worlds that felt like home. I hope this world does the same for someone else. That one's cute. Okay, so we've done the entire top row. Okay, so it is between Dragonfall and A Darker Shade of Magic. I don't know if intriguing would be the right word. It's for the ones who dream of stranger worlds. And this one I just read to you guys. And this one is the for Robin Hobb and other fantasy authors. I feel like this one intrigues me the most. I'm intrigued to read A Darker Shade of Magic, but if we're just gonna go off of the dedication that I like the most and I'm the most intrigued by, I'm gonna say Dragonfall, which I'm really shocked by because I've had this book for quite a while and I've debated on unhauling it a couple times. For now, I'm gonna put A Darker Shade of Magic back, but I could end up picking it for something else. Okay, for the second prompt, on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, so I honestly need to look up some of these. There are a few that I know off the top of my head that are on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm not too sure Kindle Unlimited likes updating the books that are on it. I know that Jade City is on Kindle Unlimited because I have it downloaded from Kindle Unlimited. Court This Cruel and Lovely is also on Kindle Unlimited. Don't think any of these are. Look up some of these. Is A Darker Shade of Magic on Kindle Unlimited? It is. Okay, Darker Shade of Magic as well. My Oxford Year is also on Kindle Unlimited. I did stop reading it about halfway through. Oopsies, but I guess we can count that one. Serpent and Dove. I'm like 80% sure it's on Kindle Unlimited. It is. Okay, I think that's all of the books are on Kindle Unlimited, at least the ones that I'm interested in. I honestly think I'm just gonna put back my Oxford Year because I don't know if I'm ever going to finish this. There's another prompt that I could use for that, and I could use for quite a few books on here, which hopefully you guys will see. Hopefully. So it is between these 4 books. I have been really wanting to read Darker Shade of Magic really bad. I'm going to London in October, basically about like different, not, how is it described? Parallel London, kind of like a multiverse of Londons. I do want to read this before I go to London for obvious reasons. A Court That's Cruel and Lovely, one of my amazing subscribers and mutuals, Paige, sent this to me for my birthday. Every single time I look at this book, I literally want to cry because it's so sweet. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I have been really, really wanting to pick it up. I just haven't been in the mood for a strict romantasy and like a spicy romantasy for a while. I haven't picked this up yet, but I have been kind of really wanting to read it. And then we have Jade City. I did start the audiobook of this a little bit ago. I was on page 68 and then I just realized I wasn't in the mood for it, and so I put it back down. But recently I've been really, really wanting to pick it up. Then we have Serpent and Doves, a YA fantasy, and I know this series is pretty widely loved. And oh, I was gonna say it's short. It's really not. It's about 500 pages. No, oh my gosh, SJM has a, that's crazy. Sarah J. Maas has a quote on the front of it. This is hard because I want to read all 4 of them. I just have to remind myself that I can in fact read books that are not on my monthly TBR, but I do want to read all of these, so this is a little difficult. I honestly think I'm just in the mood for a fun romantasy, so I think I'm gonna pick A Court That's Cruel and Lovely because this is the mood that I've been in recently, so we're just gonna go based off of that. Okay, and now for the third prompt. Okay. This one actually is not awful. I have had for a long time. Actually read most of the books that I got, like, let's say over a year ago, but there are a few on here that I have had for that amount of time. There are a couple on here that I have had for quite a bit. Jade City, I got this over a year ago for sure. I don't remember exactly when, but it's definitely been over a year. Oxford Year, I've had for quite a while too. Over a year. All of these on the top shelf I've had for less than a year. Oh my gosh, these are the only 2 books on my TBR that I've had for over a year. That is an accomplishment for me, okay? Both of these I have started in soft DNF'd. This one's a little bit rougher of a DNF than this one. Honestly, I'm feeling really ambitious and I kind of want to put Jade City on there. Do I put Jade City on there? I feel like that's really ambitious of me, but this is one of the only like fantasies that I have on my physical TBR. There are a couple on here, but this one I think is a little bit more war driven and politics than most of the books I have on the shelf. I think I might want to choose Jade City. I don't know. Am I being overly ambitious? Book isn't as long as it looks. It's under 500 pages. This looks like a 600 page book, 495 pages, but it looks huge and it's really not. Yeah, I think I might just choose 5 books. I think choosing 6 might be a little, may I say it again, overambitious. Okay, now for the 4th book. One word title. I made this prompt. I was in fact including Dragonfall in that. Now I think there's only one book that only has one word. I think this is, oh wait, no, we have 2. Just kidding. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Because I really want to read both of these. Oh no, these are both on my fall TBR for one. Oh no. I made this prompt, it was these 2 books and Dragonfall that was kind of in my head for the books that could be chosen for that. Bloodmarked I actually just got from the Books A Million bargain section. It is so underrated. If you have a Books A Million near you, check out the bargain section. This was $4. I've just been really itching to continue the series. The issue is with this specific print, I don't know what it is. The font is like really small, like really small, so I'd have to get it as an audiobook or an ebook because I simply am not straining my eyes to read that. That's literally like font like 8 probably. With how the first book left off, I am intrigued to read this book. An Air. My babies, my Shaylas. World feels like my child. I'm obsessed with The Number in the Ashes. I've been kind of putting off diving back into this world because I just want to elongate it as much as I can. This would be a great opportunity to dive back into this world. Just don't know if I'm ready for it right now, which sounds like stupid. I think I'm gonna put Air back. This is honestly getting annoying because I keep putting it off. I've gotten it from multiple monthly TBRs, like for the prompts, and I just haven't chosen it, but I've been putting it off so heavily. I think since I already have Jade City on here, I don't really want, because it's not like super politics heavy because it is still a YA fantasy, but it is a little bit more plot driven than this is, you know, like this is just kind of like a fun old time. So I think I'm gonna go with Bloodmarked. Oh my gosh, this lineup is kind of eating, I'm not gonna lie. Now for the 5th and final prompt. I don't have a recent purchase really. like I just stated. Blood Marks would have been my most recent purchase. Sorry, this may be cheating, but I'm just gonna spin again because I don't have any recent purchases. No. Am I even continuing a series anywhere? Okay, so we're gonna have to spin again because I also don't have a series. I don't know why I didn't delete that. I should have just deleted that. I am respinning again because So we have a lot of those, but it is in fact going to be a fantasy again. Yay. Oh no. Guys, look at the lineup we have. Okay, so I did just add this one, which I maybe should not have. I really wish I had the first book. This is Clockwork Prince. I wish I had Clockwork Angel. Is that the first one? I wish I had that one because I do really want to start the Infernal Devices because I just finished the first 3 books in the Mortal Instruments, which I loved them. The first book I didn't really like, but then after that I got better. But I am very heavily invested in this world. Like, I'm kind of obsessed a little bit. And the recommended reading order is reading the first 3 of the Mortal Instruments, going into the Infernal Devices trilogy, and then reading the last 3 books in the Mortal Instruments. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of glad there's a bit of a break in between the Mortal Instruments because there's 6 books in the series, so getting a nice little break is really nice, but this is unfortunately the second book, so I'm gonna put it back. We do have Serpent and Dove. Would Air qualify? I don't know. I feel like I have some darker ones. Oh, this would be a really scary TBR if I chose this. But this one's also technically a dark cover, also just based off of the spine, but she's like heavy. I do want to read this series before the next Blood and Ash book comes out. This is the first book to the Flesh and Fire series. I did in fact read all of the books that are currently out of Blood and Ash before I knew that there was a prequel series and there's a whole reading order for them. I have yet to read the series, but I feel like before the book comes out in September, actually. Yeah. The next book in Blood and Ash comes out in September. I feel like I need to read at least some of the series before I dive back into the world. I'm definitely not going to read book in Blood and Ash in September, like as soon as it comes out, but I will be reading it soon. But she's just thick. She's really thick. This one's about 600 pages. And I really just want to read about Nyktos. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that his name? I've already met these characters in Blood and Ash, or like heard about these characters, but getting their backstory is probably going to be really, really helpful for Blood and Ash. But like, that's terrifying. I really wanted to pick up My Friends. Like, I really wanted to choose that one, but it's like totally fine. So it is between A Shadow in the Ember and Serpent and Dove. If we're talking realistically of which one I will like more, I'm gonna like this one more than this one. But like, what is going on here? This 10 times less intimidating. Do I want to go with the hard one? Like, do I just rip the band-aid off? 1 second, my child is screaming at my door. What? Johnny? Come on. Hi, baby. It's bring your kid to work day, apparently. Which one should I choose, Chauncey? One. Which one should I read? Oh my god. He just rubbed his face against this. Do you want this one? Oh, he's rubbing his face on the other one. Okay, so I can't read both of them, unfortunately, babe. Oh my god, guys. I really don't know. I really don't know. Like, this one would definitely make this TBR 10 times more intense. Okay guys, I think I'm going to really challenge myself and choose A Shadow in the Ember. Yeah, this may come to bite me in the ass a little bit. I definitely wanted to read this book this month, but solely because of Jade City. Jade City is the reason why I didn't want to put this on my TBR, because starting 2 big series is not the funnest thing in the entire world. Oh my god, yeah, I would be starting 2 big series after I had literally just started Mistborn 2. My mind was made up, but now I'm not too sure because I just didn't even think about that. I'm in the middle of so many series right now. I keep starting series and then not continuing them, and it's solely because I've been reading books off of my physical TBR, and I don't buy like the first couple books in series. I pretty much only buy one book at a time. So like Mistborn, I only have the first book and I don't have the second book, but I'm not letting myself buy the second book unless it's secondhand. So, oh no, it really isn't that deep. Like honestly, it's not. I've just been trying really hard with completing my monthly TBR. So I don't want to make it unattainable to finish. Okay, so the deciding factor I've decided is going to be the overall Goodreads rating. I'm like 90% sure this one is a higher Goodreads rating. Serpent and Dove has a 3.97. I know A Shadow in the Ember has a high rating. It's like a 4 point something. Okay. Shadow in the Ember has a 4.46 rating and it has 227,000 ratings. So sorry, Serpent and Dove. So we are choosing A Shadow in the Ember. Oh my god, how many pages is in this stack right now? I am in for a doozy this month apparently. So this is my September TBR. Yeah, I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared, but I have been incredibly determined to finish my monthly TBR. So this is going to be a challenge, but I am determined to complete it, or at least like get like 4 out of 5, if you know what I mean. Send some luck and motivation my way because this is going to be quite a challenge. If you want to follow along with what I read throughout the month, my Goodreads and Fable is always linked down below. I use my Fable more often than I do my Goodreads. I write all of my reviews on Fable, but I do still use Goodreads. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.